everybody. Welcome back again to Little Austin Weekend Sports. We are talking Tennessee football at its best. That was an exciting, crazy game, wasn't it?
Overtime, very stressful, especially on me. Very stressful.
Yeah, that wasn't very stressful. On the road, you're down. It takes a game-winning drive to win, and then it goes to overtime. There's no stress in that. What are you talking about?
They're about to pay for our medical bills.
Oh, yeah. By the way, we are in different areas here. I'm actually over in Japan right now, and Austin is back in Tennessee there. So we're still going to try to get a video to you. Maybe some numbers and letters around it, but we're going to still get a video to you. So here we are. All right, let's go ahead and talk about that Tennessee game. It was a good road win. Tennessee needed a good road win.
It's an improving Mississippi State team that they played against.
They
really played well.
They were 4-0 for a reason. I mean, they were not a bad team, and they played like a good team.
Far better than their last year. Far better than last year's 2-10 team.
Oh, way much improved. You have to give credit to their coach. He's actually probably, it seems like he may be building. He may be building a program there. Maybe.
Well, it does take time to build a program to what your vision is usually.
Yeah. So congrats to him. Let's go ahead and do some positive and negatives. What's your negatives on it? Let's go get those out of the way.
The secondary still having injury problems and still giving up points, still giving up yards and giving up plenty of them.
Oh, yeah. Our secondary, Colton Hood looks fantastic. You know, he had a pick six in that game there, so Colton Hood looks good. But the rest of our secondary is young. Plus, we got our two starting corners out. Hopefully, we've got a bye week this week. Yay, bye week. We need a bye week right now to get a little healthy.
We do need a bye week.
I think our corners are supposed to, at least I know, I'm not sure Ricky Gibson, but I know McCoy is definitely supposed to be back for the Arkansas game. So if we could get those two corners back, I think it's a completely different secondary. Then you know we have those two starters, and then we have Colton Hood and the younger guys filling in. You know, and I think it's a big difference. So our secondary is a little porous right now, but we're young, and again we don't have bad players. They're just young, so it'll take some time for them to learn. But we did have two defensive scores, so you got to sort of give them to that.
Drop problems that we need to clean up from the receivers.
Now that's one thing
that should have been caught by Kitzelman that was popped up in the air for an interception.
Yeah, that's 2 or 3 interceptions this year that's going against Joey's numbers that aren't his fault. He's got 6 interceptions, but really only 4, because at least two of them I know were. Yeah, that's one thing that could be worked on. That's not, you can work on your catching.
Michael emphasized timing.
Yeah.
Timing of the receivers, timing with the tight ends. I did say that I wanted Halsley to call more plays to Kitzelman, especially in the red zone.
They actually have started throwing him the pass more, which is fantastic. Last year, I could have probably counted on my one hand how many passes we threw to the tight ends. It was terrible. So this year have you noticed how our offense has evolved again this year? 2 years ago we ran last year, with Hendon Hooker we threw the ball all over the country. With Dylan Sampson we ran the ball all over the country. This year we're doing a little bit of both, and we're throwing to the tight end. So that
helps you.
That's kudos to Heupel. That's kudos to Heupel, yeah.
Multiple targets, not just your receivers.
And Heupel has learned how to adapt and change his offense. He's actually a really good coach. What else you got?
Except for one area, which I think that was addressed to be a problem by several people in the fan base. Clock management issues. Sometimes he struggles with managing the clock at the end of games, and sometimes it kind of bites him a bit.
I think
that happened at the end against Georgia, and that kind of almost happened here.
Do
you think that's a concern?
I think a lot of coaches, especially if you're used to not being behind much, you don't practice that clock management as much. If you're up 43-17 at the end of the games. Who cares about the clock? You know what I mean? So again, that's something that he'll probably notice himself whenever he watches film. Man, I wish I could have, would have, should have. So I think that he can learn from just doing that.
Well, there's a bye week entirely, just a free week off to fix some of the issues that I've mentioned.
Yeah.
But the pros, despite all of the issues, they still won the game. That's
on the road. A road win in the SEC. That's a hard thing to do.
I would have thought our first SEC win would be on the road this year.
Tell me about it, yeah. And how many points have we scored every single game?
40 or more, which is a Tennessee football record. That is definitely worthy of a coffee sip.
Yes, that is. That is a Tennessee record of 40 points or more in every game we've had so far.
The first 5 games.
We should.
I
don't think Arkansas is going to stop us doing 40, so we might go in.
The defense was very porous against Notre Dame, so that's a very good sign for us because if Notre Dame could put up 56 on them at home, then on the road we should be at home hosting Arkansas. We should be able to put up around 40 points.
Yeah, and plus, but getting back to the positives, Joey threw for 384 yards, I think it was. So
they did have to throw the ball a lot because they were struggling kind of toe-to-toe with a scrappy Mississippi State team, ultimately.
I think they focused on stopping our run, which we're not used to. I think their defensive front may have been a little bit better than what anybody this year has thought, because they slowed our run down a little bit. We didn't get 200 yards of rushing, and we're used to getting 200 yards of rushing, and we didn't. So I
think Mississippi State held us to the lowest amount of rushing yards we had in a game this year.
Yeah. So I think their defensive front's a little bit better than what people had thought it was going to be this year. So we had to come out throwing a little bit.
Better than 2-10 last year.
Oh my goodness, yeah, they're way better than 2-10. Yeah.
But on the side note, in overtime, they were definitely making the plays when needed.
How about that game-winning drive right before overtime?
Yeah, only one play right down the field, no problem. Just one run, right
one
up to
run.
the left side.
I was talking about that clutch drive to end the regular time. That was a really good clutch drive at the end. Look, little pass here, little pass there, and then Joey running it in at the end of the game to tie it. That was a really clutch drive. I mean, that's a clutch quarterback. When you go in there, you've got that about 3-minute drill, and you get down the field and you scored. So I think that was a really good sign too. And
yet we have a 4-1 record going into the bye week, which is what I thought we would have. Honestly,
that's what I was hoping we would. That's what we have too. We had 2 defensive scores. So you got to give kudos to the defense there. If we hadn't had those 2 defensive scores, then we wouldn't have won that game. We had the clutch drive by the quarterback and the team at the end of the game. We had the instant overtime score. So we had a lot of positives. Again, our team is not perfect this year, but I like our team. I like the makeup of our team. I like how we're playing. There goes your cat again. There goes my cat. But yeah, I think Tennessee's got a chance to be a special team this year. We just got to button up. We need healthy people. So if we get healthy,
get healthier.
I think we got a chance to be a really good team if we get healthy. Yeah.
And I think that might be it because the bye week is next, and we won't have to discuss.
Against
the bye week.
We'll come back next week and discuss our numbers against the bye week, and then talk about the game coming up against Arkansas. So that'll be coming next week because we'll get more.
A Sam Pittman was hot.
That's going to be a completely different team we're playing. That's the only thing that scares me a little bit is playing backup quarterbacks and backup coaches. You have no clue what you're getting, so we're going to have to be really prepared for this game, or it could be a goof up. So hopefully we won't do that.
Honestly, that might not be the only interim coach we face this season.
Yeah, by the time we get to Florida. Yeah. All right, I think we're done with that Tennessee game this weekend. We hope you had a little fun with us. Be sure to like us, subscribe us, share us with your friends. Other than that, we will see you
next week.